Back in January, Gering residents weighed in on the future of development in the community during a comprehensive plan open house, and now some of those visions will soon come to fruition. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News, powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, the city of Gering is closing in on what would be the final stages of the update to the community's comprehensive plan. City engineer Annie Folk says staff should be wrapping up the preliminary plan over the next few weeks, which would then be unveiled to the public during meetings of the Planning Commission and the City Council.
It won't be complete at that point because we're going to basically be getting it out to everyone for final review. Then we'll give everyone about a 30-day comment period. We're going to have some forms that people can comment in writing. We talked about doing a workshop to do it all in person, but it's such a massive document. You know, it's going to be an inch thick. I mean, I don't think it would be a good use of everyone's time to sit down and try to talk through it in person.
Folk says the final product will be different from prior plans, laying out more of the city's vision than demographic information, and it was clear from the process residents love their parks and want an improved zoning framework to encourage business development. She says once the plan is finalized, revisions to the city code to reflect the new plan would come before elected officials in about a month or so. Well, the supplies have been collected, and to celebrate, Main Street Market hosted a fundraiser barbecue today to wrap up the Stuff the Bus collection drive. Over the past few weeks, local businesses have been collecting school supplies that will get distributed to local in-need students, and today folks were able to get a burger, chips, and a drink for just a few bucks to help to add with those funding dollars for the United Way campaign. Executive Director Steph Black says people looking to help out with the sorting of supplies are still needed.
If you'd like to come help sort school supplies, many hands make short work. And we'll be doing that at the Bluffs Business Center at 1517 Broadway, Suite 106 at Scotts Bluff, and we're right across from Sam and Louie's. Show up at 8:30. You can stay as long as you want. You will probably wrap up about 11:30, or if you want to come anytime in between and help for as long as you'd like to, it'd be great help.
After all the school supplies are sorted, UPS will be help delivering everything to area school districts. Well, straight ahead, more than 3 inches of rain reported in some parts of the Panhandle overnight. But what does the weekend have in store for us? The Boyer's got your full forecast right after this.
At Platte Valley Bank, we understand that you have a busy life, and that means you don't always have time to come to the bank. That's why we offer user-friendly online and mobile banking with features such as iPay, recurring transfers, and mobile deposit. So you can bank how you want, when you want to. Whether you prefer to bank in person, over the phone, or online, Platte Valley Bank makes it easy to take care of your finances.
Bye, Mom. Have fun.
Maybe next weekend.
Don't put off till next weekend what you can enjoy doing today. With the affordable John Deere 3E series, you can handle any job on your property and turn that chore list from to-do to done.
Looks like we had nothing to worry about.
Nothing runs like a Deere.
Visit 21st Century Equipment in Alliance, Torrington, Scottsbluff, and Bridgeport, or visit 21stcenturyequipment.com.
If a sandwich needs a little something extra, you add bacon to it. If a sandwich is perfect just the way it is, you add bacon to it. Arby's, we have the meats.
This is KNEB.TV weather from the Arby's Weather Center. Arby's, we have the meats.
Taking a look here at our headlines tonight, we're going to see clear and calm conditions. Not much happening out there. Really a very pleasant evening. Moisture is going to be decreasing a little bit. That humid air you've been feeling the last couple of days, it's not going to go away, but the dew points are going to come down a little bit, make it a little more tolerable. Hot again this weekend, and really next week, I'm going to say just looks pretty average. 86 is all we got to yesterday. That was thanks to some of those cloud cover in the morning, which actually kept a lid on some of our thunderstorm development. Just 1/100th here in Scotts Bluff out at the airport. Some areas of Banner County, over 3 inches of rain from that storm. You go 3-4 miles from there and 1/10 of an inch. So It was very isolated in where some of those heavy pockets of rain were, but there was quite a bit of it out there in isolated areas. 78 right now in Laramie. It's 81 in McCook. Low to mid 70s on the eastern part of the state. Things looking pretty nice. 80 in Valentine and Mullen, 83 Ogallala and in Sydney. Pair of 87s here in Scotts Bluff and over in Torrington. Winds have now backed out of the northeast a little bit, and that is making it feel not quite as humid as what it felt like yesterday. Severe weather threat tonight is confined to our south and east, away from us here in northeastern Kansas. Tomorrow we're going to throw in a marginal risk of severe storms off to the north of us, I think in South Dakota. And then same situation right in that same area Sunday, may clip the northern Nebraska panhandle a little bit. Thunderstorm chances are going to be pretty small and in a very isolated basis over the next couple of days. All that activity pushes away from us. The cloud cover, the showers, tries to back in here overnight tonight, and we'll see some clouds late tonight towards sunrise tomorrow, but that is going to be it. We're going to be dealing with temperatures in the 50s to near 60 degrees. This is going to be some fog, possibly a little bit. I don't think as much as this morning. That's quickly going to push out and away from us tomorrow. We're going to have a sunny afternoon. Very pleasant day coming tomorrow across the region. Temps are going to warm back up. An isolated late day thunderstorm tries to push across the region. They're going to be very, very isolated and few and far between, but can't completely rule one out. Here goes highs back into the 90s tomorrow. We're going to warm up into the low 90s for most of us here. Rainfall forecast, very little, if any, out there. Few isolated thunderstorms trying to be picked up here by Futurecast. We don't see much of them, but again, if you get under one, you could pick up a couple of tenths of an inch of rain. Tonight, clear, calm, 61 your low. Tomorrow, sunshine out there, bright sunshine, and it's going to be pretty hot. Highs into the low 90s. Our 7-day forecast. We bring some clouds back in for the extended forecast. Sunday again into the low 90s. Then we're back into the upper 80s for most of next week. It looks like late Thursday would be our best chance of thunderstorms right now, but still a 20% chance each and every day. So very isolated thunderstorm activity with temps settling back into the 80s. That monsoon air will be back in here, and we're going to have some humid conditions again.
If I said everything you need to know about Arby's Ultimate BLT is right there in the name, how would that make the honey wheat bread feel? Probably not great.
Arby's, we have the meat.
For sandwiches.
KNEB presents country music rising star Dylan Scott.
I'm hooked on kissing.
Friday, August 16th at the historic Midwest Theater in Scotts Bluff. Presented by Allo Communications and Viera Wireless. Tickets are on sale now at the Midwest Theater box office, by phone at 632-4311 or at midwesttheater.com. Dylan Scott, August 16th at the historic Midwest Theater in Scotts Bluff with KNEB.
Welcome back. Downtown businesses and organizations in Scotts Bluff, Gering, Mitchell, and Terrytown are being invited to take part in a window decorating contest to commemorate the U.S. National Hot Air Balloon Championships and Old West Balloon Fest. From now until August 12th, downtown district entities are encouraged to take part in the contest with a theme of hot air balloons and ballooning. For Gering downtown merchants, area tourism officials would like to see completion of those pieces by the opening ceremonies on August 10th. There will be 3 juried categories: most hot air balloon thematic, most host community themed, and best at night window display results. Those winners will be announced on August 14th. Well, the 79th annual Sturgis Motorcycle Rally began and will be running through next Sunday. That means the number of riders passing through our region will be increasing over the next week. Officials expect at least 450,000 riders and visitors to take part in this year's rally. And an update on our last 2 featured pet of the weeks. The Panhandle Humane Society says that Leonard, who was the featured cat 2 weeks ago, has been adopted. The same is true for Moose, the high-energy pup that was featured during last week's segment. It's always nice to hear, and another shout-out to Murdoch's, who's supplying a $25 gift card to the adopter of each featured Pet of the Week. Well, straight ahead, Bryce and Alex will be in with your Friday 5. They'll have that right after this on KNEB.TV News.
U.S. National Hot Air Balloon Championship lands in western Nebraska. Starting August 12th, there will be 50 balloons coloring the sky. Then on the 16th and 17th, 30 Old West Balloon Fest pilots take flight. Can't make it to the morning launches? Enjoy one of 2 night glow options. August 15th at WNCC or the 17th at Five Rocks Amphitheater. There will be a kids' education zone and tethered rides for kids 12 and under. The morning launches at Mitchell Airfield. To learn more about the national competition and the Old West Balloon Fest, visit theoldwestballoonfest.com.
Are you ready to join the celebration? Then what are you waiting for? Switch to Viero today and find out exactly why we're better. More towers than the competition, convenient stores in your neighborhood, friendly, helpful customer service, and top phones at excellent values, such as the iPhone XR for free. That's right, get a free iPhone XR when you purchase any other iPhone of equal or greater value. Viero Wireless, your better choice for wireless service.
Sometimes events in life are planned. Others, a happy surprise. No matter what life change you're navigating, whether you're getting married or just want a bigger yard for your pup, find a home that fits. First National Bank North Platte. Start your mortgage pre-approval today. Retirement. A new season in life where you can change how you live it. And something easier, convenient, that feels just right. When it's time, find a home that fits. First National Bank North Platte. Start your mortgage pre-approval today.
This is KNEB TV Ag News from the First National Bank Ag Desk. First National Bank of North Platte, the bank to think of first.
I think every Friday should be International Beer Day.
It's hard to disagree with that.
We've got 5 beer stories on tap at Granite City in Lincoln because, well, today is International Beer Day.
This is Friday 5, brought to you by the Nebraska Corn Board.
Starting off the countdown at number 5, what ingredients do you even need to make beer? We came here to find out.
There's 4 main ingredients in beer: water,
a starch source like wheat, rye, or malted barley,
a brewer's yeast to produce the fermentation,
and a little bit of flavoring like hops.
So now you know the ingredients. You're probably wondering, how is this beer made?
Malting is the first step, and it begins with a cereal grain. The grain germinates as if it were going to grow, and then at the right time, germination is stopped and the grains are dried and roasted.
Once the grains are malted, it goes through a process called mashing, which makes the grain break down and release sugar. Mashing leaves a sweet syrup liquid called wort.
Hops and other spices are added to the wort, and then the liquid goes into a fermenting vessel where yeast is added.
Once the brewmaster has determined the beer has fermented, it's time to bottle it up for me and for you too.
Number 3, let's break down some beer vocabulary.
There are 2 main categories of beer: ales and lager.
Lagers like Coors Light and Bud Light are made with yeast that ferments at the bottom of the beer, and ales like IPAs are made with yeast that ferments at the top.
IBU stands for the International Bitterness Unit. It measures the levels of the hops bitterness on a scale from 1 to 100. The higher the number, the more bitter the beer.
Number 2, beer drinking supports our nation's farmers.
In the United States, 149 million bushels of corn, or about 1%, is used for alcohol and other beverages annually.
About 3/4 of barley production and roughly half of the rye for grain is used for distilling and food uses.
USA Hops says Nebraska is home to about 44 acres of the crop. Last year, over 55,000 acres were harvested across the nation.
And finally, number 1, Nebraska is no stranger to the beer industry.
According to the Nebraska Craft Brewers Guild, there are 50 brewers across the state, reaching from Scotts Bluff to Omaha.
The oldest brewery in Nebraska is Imperium Brewing, and it started back in 1990, followed shortly by Upstream Brewing and Thunderhead Brewing Company.
Imperium also became the first Nebraska craft brewery to bottle beer back in 1999. Then they were the first to distribute beer in 2002.
That bottles up this beer edition of Friday 5, of course brought to you by the Nebraska Corn Board.
Celebrate responsibly and have a great weekend.
This is Mike. Mike likes his car. Mike likes to save money. And Mike likes to breathe. So Mike fills up with E15 with 15% American ethanol. The clean octane in E15 gives Mike the performance he wants from his engine and the clean air he wants for his family. Better yet, E15 costs less at the pump. Higher octane, cleaner air, lower cost. E15 sure gives Mike a lot to like. Discover E15 with American ethanol.
For the card-carrying fan, get your Husker Visa debit card so you can take the game with you. Free with First Free Checking.
Find out what convenient really means at the Western Travel Terminal. Start with our great selection of food and drinks, from for real milkshakes and fresh brewed coffee to snacks and hot food. Next, check out our beer and spirits with their everyday low prices. Finally, let us work for you with our full-service gas station and automatic truck and car wash. All this can be found at 822 South Beltline in Scotts Bluff. Western Travel Terminal, your convenient shopping, restaurant, and full-service gas leader.
On April 15, 1924, West Nebraska Methodist Episcopal Hospital, the region's first modern hospital, opened in downtown Scotts Bluff. The goal was to provide the care residents needed close to home, and it's never changed. For 95 years, we've continued to provide exceptional health care for generations of families throughout our region as a community hospital, a regional referral center, and a Level 2 trauma center. Thank you for trusting your health care to Regional West Medical Center.
When it comes to helping local folks with the loans and financial advice they need, we don't horse around. Our only goal is to help you and your family achieve your financial goals with the right loans and savings products. So if you want to bank with people that care about you and your financial needs, stop by or give us a call. First State Bank. We're big on you. Member FDIC. Online at fsbcentral.com.
Well, let's take a peek at what's happening on your weekend community calendar. That's a look at today's community calendar, brought to you by First State Bank, honoring those who give back. Nominate your community champion at fsbcentral.com.
Why do we work all hours of the night? Head towards challenges instead of turning away, and work together to solve the toughest problems so you can enjoy the little things and all the big moments life has to offer. Tri-State and our family of electric cooperatives. Brighter, stronger, better together.
This chair is way too big. It's perfect for us. This one's tiny. That's 'cause it's mine. Hey, this chair is just right. This bed is way too hard. It's perfect for me. This bed is way too soft. Ah, just what I needed. This bed is just right. So come on over to Leith Heads.
The growth and prosperity of our community is dependent on the reinvestment of local dollars into our local economy. When you open a high-interest savings account at Platte Valley Bank, we turn around and loan your money back to our community for new construction, business expansion, home loans, in backing agriculture, and much more. Come save with us at Platte Valley Bank and know that you are doing business with a local bank with local decisions that reinvests your money here in our community.
And finally tonight, the Scotts Bluff County Fair is entering its home stretch with the rubber check race set for tonight and the Mark Chestnut concert on Saturday. With thousands of people mulling around the fairgrounds during the evening hours, the dozen or so food vendors are tasked with keeping the masses pleased. Ashley Masoner of Bayard specializes in funnel cakes and lemonade, and she says she's been serving up customers around the region for the past 17 years.
Yes, I do it full-time throughout the summer from April to September. Mostly throughout Nebraska, but we go into Nevada and up to South Dakota and North Dakota.
And whether you're in the mood for sweet treats like funnel cakes, a hearty turkey leg, or a classic corn dog, the food offerings at the fair have something for everyone. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great weekend. We'll see you back here on Monday.